So we are back again, and see if this time it works. I had to move from my room and where I record everything to my dining room. I think this is. Don't fully know. I think this is my dining room. I don't fully know. Looks like a dining room. I think it is. I don't really pay attention. So now I actually got connection. I can actually talk to you guys. And I'm sorry if there's an echo. Don't know if there is. If there is, I apologize. But let's get back into what we were talking about. We're talking about hockey. We're talking about NHL. We're talking about the Hurricanes versus the Lightning, and the Lightning are up 2-0 in the series. They beaten them 2-1 yesterday, and then they beat the Lightning have beaten the Hurricanes both games so far 2-1. There is no echo. Thank you. So, here it sounds like there's an echo. It sounds like it's bouncing off the walls. This is a good microphone then. Both games have been 2-1. So the Lightning have beat the Hurricanes 2-1. I don't know why I'm looking at my phone again, even though I said I was doing that last video, but I don't have to at this point because I can just actually have connection. It's weird having connection. So a lot of stuff for the Lightning to do. Like I said, they both had a lot more they could do. Both of them, honestly, they could have done a lot better, both of them. But as of right now, the Lightning take game 2 to be given the 2-0 series lead. And today we have a whole new series starting. We have the Winnipeg Jets going up against the Montreal Canadiens. Two teams that nobody really saw playing against each other. I did not see the Montreal Canadiens going up against the Winnipeg Jets. It's a 3-4 matchup for the North Division, which is the Canadian division this year because of everything going on. Sorry for the noise in the background. If you hear it in advance, I can't control that. Not in my normal spot that I usually record because I had no connection today. But in the North Division, which is the Canadian division this year for NHL, no one predicted the Jets versus the Canadiens. If you had the Jets moving on, it was against the Maple Leafs. So you had the Canadiens moving on, you had them against the Oilers. I did not see one person pick the Jets versus the Canadiens. I personally picked the Winnipeg or the Edmonton Oilers to sweep. To sweep the Winnipeg Jets. I had the Canadiens losing to the Maple Leafs in 5. I did not see a good series, and neither of these two series were not going to be good, I didn't think. Well, the Canadian series was a great series. The Jets series was a full-blown sweep. The Jets sweep the Edmonton Oilers. Will they do that to the Canadiens? I do not know. Do I think it's going to be probably a really, really good series? Yes, I do think that's going to be a great series. I hope that the Jets and the Canadiens do both show up, so it's not one of those boring series where they're just shooting and they're both sucking. Hope that's a good series. Hope it lives up to the hype. But we also have, let's see what other games we have today. We also have our second game in the Las Vegas Golden Knights versus the Colorado Avalanche. Will the Colorado Avalanche show up like they did the last time and prove what they got? Because, wow, last time they played each other was Sunday. And the Avalanche scored 7 goals on the Golden Knights. 7 goals. Will that be the same thing that happened this time? Or will the Golden Knights give the Avalanche a series? Personally, I don't think nobody in that side of the bracket, which is the Canadian in that bracket. So in that side of the bracket, we have the Golden Knights versus the Avalanche, and then we have the Jets versus the Canadians. Those are the 4 teams. I don't think anyone can compete with the Avalanche's high-scoring offense in the West, in those two divisions, in that whole side of the playoffs. Nobody really can compete with the Avalanche's explosive offense because the Golden Knights, I think, personally, were the only team that could compete with the Avalanche, and they just got destroyed 7-1. That's not even close for a game. That's embarrassing, honestly. So So that is what's going on with hockey. And now let's go see what's going on with basketball because we got a good amount to talk about. We have some sadness to talk about if you're a Laker fan, which I am. And so now let's get into it. So last night, we had the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Phoenix Suns. The Los Angeles Lakers lost in a historical loss. They lost 115 to 85. The Phoenix Suns came out last night and played basketball. Something that the Lakers didn't know that they were playing, I guess. They literally only scored 10 points in the second quarter. And the Suns scored 32. "32 points. Second quarter to 10 points, Lakers. Mind you, this is coming from a Laker fan, so there's a little bit of annoyedness. 120 or 115 to 85. The Lakers only scored 85 points. Okay, then. Yes, I know we didn't have Anthony Davis. I do know that. LeBron James went 24-7 and 5. 3 turnovers. Kuzma went 15, 0 and 1. Looking at the stat lines, it's just embarrassment. I don't even want to really talk about it right now. It's just that bad. I don't even want to talk about the Lakers game. For the sake of this is for kids. Now let's go to the Nets versus the Celtics. We have the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Boston Celtics. The Brooklyn Nets could close this series out with this win. They're up 3-1 going into the game 5. And the Brooklyn Nets close out the series with a 123-109 victory over the Boston Celtics to send the Boston Celtics home. Jason Tatum tried everything he could. He had 32 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds, and he had 2 blocks. But it wasn't enough to stop the big three who had KD had 24 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Then we also had Kyrie Irving scoring 25 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And James Harden had himself a day with 34 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and 10 assists and 10 rebounds. So the big three for the Nets went off and exploded. So what does that mean for the Nets? It means amazing. That means it's going to be a great rest of the playoffs if they can keep doing that. For the Celtics, it means they pack in their bags and they're going home. It's not a far ride from Brooklyn to Boston, at least. So that's good for them. But now the Nets go up play against the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Milwaukee Bucks just came off a sweep against the Miami Heat. What does that mean for the Nets? It means that they're going into a team that is fully rested, that is ready to go and play against each other. And that's going to be a really, really great series, honestly. I think the Nets versus the Bucks is going to be a great series. I think personally that the Bucks are going to win that series. And that is one of the questions of the day. Bucks versus Nets. Who you got? Now let's see. I got the Bucks personally just because of what they did with the Nets. What they did with the Heat. They destroyed the Heat. It was kind of embarrassing, honestly. And then now let's see what's going on. So let's stay on this series in a minute. Let's stay on the Celtics. So some stuff came out this morning about the Celtics owner or GM, Danny Ainge. Sources say, this is the headline. I'm going to read some of the headline. Sources say Boston Celtics president Danny Ainge seriously mulling over future with the team. is seriously considering his future with the franchise and could make a decision to step down. Poor sources tell ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Ainge is scheduled to speak to the media later Wednesday, a day after the Boston's disappointing season came to an end to a loss to the Brooklyn Nets in Game 5 of the first-round series in Brooklyn. Ainge, 62, was the architect of Boston's last title team, the 2008 team featuring Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo, because they never include Rajon Rondo for some reason, which Rajon Rondo was a huge piece in that game, that whole series, but they won't tell you because people don't like Rajon Rondo, I guess. It's the third longest tenured active lead executive of the NBA franchise, of any NBA franchise, trailing only longtime nemesis Pat Riley with the Miami Heat, Greg Popovich with San Antonio Spurs. The Boston Celtics are heading into what is a pivotal offseason for the franchise after Boston finished 7th in the Eastern Conference on the heels of making to the conference finals 3 of the past 4 years. After years of having surplus draft picks and the opportunity to make moves in the free agents, the Celtics find themselves without either this offseason. Wow. So basically that's saying that the Celtics have had a lot of opportunities the last couple of years to get great draft picks, which they're not going to lie, they have. They picked up Jaylen Brown. They picked up Pritchard this year, and they picked up Tatum. They picked up some decent draft picks, but they cannot get in great players. Yes, they had Kemba Walker. I think they still got Kemba Walker, I believe. Either way, it's yes. Still got Kemba Walker, but it's a lot of money they're paying Kemba Walker. They're paying him $73 million for missing 29 games. That's not a lot. You have, if you're gonna get paid that much money, you got to play at least almost all your games. The thing is that Danny Ainge is not doing good anymore. He's not drafting. He's not adapting to the new NBA. He's trying to make something new that isn't new. He didn't pick up a big man as well as he had a chance to get Andre Drummond. He had a chance to get all these big men, Blake Griffin, someone LaMarcus Aldridge. He had all these opportunities, but he passes up on them, and they're missing a big man. They have not, and they went in the draft. They had a chance to draft the big man. They didn't draft one, and it caught up to him. He's struggling badly. It's not Brad Stevens. It's the president, which is Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is struggling. Danny Ainge cannot do much. It is bad. It is embarrassing, honestly, if you're a Celtics fan. This is not the Celtics. This is Notre Dame. Yes, that's Fighting Leprechaun. This is Notre Dame. Not a Celtics fan. I'm a Lakers fan. Don't like the Celtics. But I have to respect them because they are a historical franchise, and what Danny Ainge is doing to them is not making them historical no more. It's kind of tainting their record and their resume. Honestly, as a Laker fan, it's kind of funny, but as a sports fan, it's kind of bad because it is kind of sad watching a historical franchise go through this. But I feel like every historical franchise goes through it. The Knicks went through it. Now it's their first year back kind of in the power and playoffs and stuff like that. But we have to wait and see what's going to go on with that. And let's go to our final NBA game. We had the Denver Nuggets going up against the Portland Trailblazers. The Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets were tied. Series was tied going into this. It was a 2-2 record or 2-2 series. And let's see what happened. We had two overtime games. We had two overtimes. This game was neck and neck. But the team that pulled out the victory in the end was the Denver Nuggets with the 147-140 victory over the Portland Trailblazers. Even though Dame Lillard scored 55 points, he had 3 blocks, 1 steal, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. What a game. And he had 0 fouls. Wow. 0 fouls, and he scored 55 points, 10 rebounds, or 10 assists. Wow. What a game for Damian Lillard. Superhuman. He had 12 three-pointers. He was 12 for 17 for three-pointers. He had great game, but it wasn't enough to beat the Nuggets. So the Nuggets now lead the series 3-2. Hopefully that wasn't one of those games where that drained the Portland Trailblazers everything. Hopefully that didn't drain all of them. It was a hard-fought game. Hopefully that did not deter them from playing in the next game. Hopefully in Game 6 they can come back and maybe make it into a Game 7. But we have to wait and see. And my nose is starting again. Like literally, right when I just want to go on. I just want to do my podcast, my show, and have fun. But no, my nose is like not happening today, sir. But let's talk about the Nuggets. We have Jokic. I can never say his first name. Jokic, MVP finalist, should get MVP with 38 points, 9 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks, and 9 assists. Or 11 rebounds. I've already said 9 assists. I'm sorry. 9 assists as a big man. He was one off from getting. I hit my microphone. I apologize if you heard that. Sorry if you're wearing headphones. 9 assists for a big man. Wow. And 38 points. What a game. And Morris off the bench. I don't know what Morris this is. Let's see. Monte Morris for the Denver Nuggets literally had a game too. He had his own same. He's coming off the bench with 28 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds and 1 steal. What a game for him off of the bench for the Denver Nuggets. Wow, what a game for him. And then let's see, Austin Rivers had 18 points, 7 assists. What a game for him with 5 fouls though. Michael Porter Jr. had 26 points. He had 3 assists, 2 steals, 12 rebounds. What a game for him, too. The Nuggets really didn't shoot a lot of threes. They were 20. They took 44 3 attempts, made 20 of them, 45.5% from that. Let's see what the Trailblazers did. 20. They shot 48 threes, 21 made. So a 43 and 8. These two teams were really close with it. Literally, the free throw percentages were literally neck and neck. The field goal percentages were neck and neck. Wow. What a game. What a tightly knit series. These two teams are so evenly matched. It's not even funny. Their records don't show it. But these two teams on the court are just doing amazing together. This is a fun series. But as of right now, the Denver Nuggets leading the series 3-2. And will they close the series out or will they not? We will have to wait and see until tomorrow night. That is Game 6 tomorrow night. Okay, now we get into the fun stuff. The fun stuff. I don't have my whiteboard behind me, so that's kind of stinks. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at baseball. We're going to talk about the scores. We're going to talk about the teams. We're going to talk about all that stuff like we normally do. In 1 minute, Kev's got to yawn. Okay, I did it. Okay. So now we can talk about baseball. Yes, I got excited for baseball because I love baseball. I want to talk about who hit. There's a home run game. That was a lot of home runs. And I don't have a pen. I have a pen. I have 2 pens. They're not really mine. But I got to find a piece of paper. So once I find one, we'll get into baseball. Yes, I know I'm not prepared, but I thought there was paper in here. Any sticky notes? Any sticky notes? No sticky notes. Please hold while I struggle. Sorry for the inconvenience. Please wait 1 minute. The show will resume in a minute. We are having technical difficulties. One minute. Be right back. I am back. Sorry for the inconvenience. I have paper now. Okay, so now let's get into this. So you're going to write the longest home runs for the day. Let's see who has the longest home run. Let's see who has the shortest home run. Let's get into it. Okay, let's see what the first game we got. Our first game we have. Oh, reload. The first game we have on the docket is the. We have the Chicago White Sox going up against the Cleveland Indians. Let's see. I won't tell you the final score. I can't tell you that yet. Okay. Let's see if there was any home runs. We had a home run for the Cleveland Indians. Let's go through the scoring. Let's see what's happening. So we had the Cleveland Indians winning 6-5 against the Chicago White Sox, which gave the Cleveland Indians the lead in the season series. Gave them a 6-5. They have beat the White Sox 6 games, and the White Sox have beaten the Indians 5 games. So it is 6-5. So this is a close season series. They play each other 19 times. That was their 11th game against each other. They've seen a lot of each other this whole year. And the home run that was hit was a solo home run from Hedges for the Cleveland Indians, which was 367 feet. So let's write that down. Hedges with 367 feet. It was a solo shot, or was it a 2-run home run? Let's see. It was a 2-run home run. Good for him. So that is the final score. It is 6-5. The Cleveland Indians have the lead, or have the victory. And now we go to our next game, which is also 1 minute. Let me see something. Okay. Next game, we have the Tampa Bay Rays going up against the New York Yankees. Any home runs? Oh, we had a lot of home runs in this game. Wow. So on the starting pitcher for both teams was, for the Rays, it was Tyler Glass now. And for the Yankees, it was D. German. And it seems like all the runs that were scored were by home run. This game went to extra innings. It went to the 11th inning, and the New York Yankees beat the Tampa Bay Rays to end the Tampa Bay Rays winning streak of, I believe they were on a 5-game win streak again. They just got off an 11-game win streak, so that means that the Yankees to the Rays right now are on fire. And the Yankees beat them 5-3 in extra innings on a walk-off from Frazier. It was a 2-run home run by Frazier. It was a 379-foot home run. So we had a lot of stuff. And Frazier had himself a game. Frazier had a diving catch that saved at least 2 runs. Okay, now let's see what the home runs were. We had Meadows for the Rays hitting a 373-foot shot home run. Then we had Dejar for the Yankees hitting a 364-foot shot home run. Wow, that's a short home run. Which was 364. Wow, I can't believe. Then we had another shorter one, which is for the Rays. Can't speak. K for the Rays with a 362-foot shot home run. That is the shortest one, I think, so far today. I think that may be the shortest one I think we will see. And then Frazier's was a 379-foot one. Those are some short. We have no 400-foot home runs today so far. What was that? Something just fell outside, and I don't know what that was, but that was loud. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that big bang? Because dang, that was loud. Did you guys hear it? Nick, did you hear that? I think Nick, you're watching. Nick, are you there? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm actually gonna go look at that to see. Sorry if you see my pajama bottoms. Um, I don't really know. I guess the people next door to me. I think they got something going on. Also, for the people that just joined, sorry for the confusion. I was up. We just heard a big bang from outside, and if you're wondering why this is my new area, because my connection in my room was terrible. But yeah, the people next door to me, you can hear a lot of stuff going on right now. If you hear the background noise, I apologize in advance. I can't control what they're doing. They're getting their lawn done now. I can't control that. Right now, we're going over the baseball scores, and we're seeing how far we're going over, like the home runs, honestly. Talking about the home runs, seeing what's going on. Because right now, honestly, there hasn't been no 400-foot shot home runs today so far going through the scores that happened yesterday. But what I got to say is that right now for the MLB, we have 5 players right now that are battling for that number 1 spot. We have Shohei Ohtani. We have Fernando Tatis Jr. or El Nino. And then we have Garcia for the Texas Rangers. He's a rookie that is hitting bombs. And then we also have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Ronald Acuna Jr. battling for their number 1. All for the number 1. Literally, Shohei Ohtani is the only one with 15. Then you have Garcia and Tatis with 16 home runs. And then Acuna Jr. and Vlad Guerrero Jr. with 17. And they both hit their 17th yesterday, Acuna and Vlad. So right now it's a battle, and they're all young stars. There's no one over, I believe, 25 in that. They're all 25 and under hitting all of them. And it's an amazing thing to watch, and it's an amazing thing to be excited for if you're a baseball fan, like I am. But getting back into the Yankees game, the Yankees did beat the Rays 5-3. And the Yankees pitcher, Sessa, got his first win of the year. And the Yankees handed Kittredge for the Rays his first loss in the year. He was 5-0 going into this game. And they gave him his first loss to make him 5-1. So now let's see what's going on with the next game. We have the Baltimore Orioles going up against the Minnesota Twins. Let's see. We had a good amount of home runs in this game. Let's see. With my computer, it's that being weird. I'm sorry for the background noise. I apologize for hearing that sound. I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk over it, and I wish my walls were thicker. So let's see. So this game was a high-scoring game. Not as high-scoring, but it was not that bad. We had the Baltimore Orioles going against the Minnesota Twins, and the Baltimore Orioles beat the Minnesota Twins 7-4, which didn't really help the Orioles in the standings. They are 16 and a half games back from Tampa Bay, who is in first place in the American League East, and that gives them, and they are for fourth place. They are 11 games back from fourth place. Wow, that is not good for the Orioles. I think that just counts the Orioles out. I think we can count them out already at this point. That is sad if you're an Orioles fan to admit to that. You guys are wow. I did not know you guys were that far back. Well, at least you guys in the beginning of the year, you were up there. Now you're not, and I'm sorry. So let's go through the home runs. So we had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 home runs in this game, and we had 400-foot shots. The shortest of the game was in the top of the eighth inning, with a stulo for the Twins hitting a 381-foot shot home run, which was a solo home run, which gave the Twins their last run, which was their fourth run. So good for him. I don't know how many home runs that is on the year for him. But then we go to the middle home runs. We had a 410-foot shot in the top of the third from Garlick. Yes, that's his name, Garlick. It was a 410-foot shot home run. That is the farthest of the day. Then we had from Severino for the Orioles, a 431-foot shot home run. What a shot. That's a nice shot for him. That is a really nice home run, like 431 feet. Then we had a 434-foot shot home run from Franco from the Orioles. So the Orioles, they're hitting bombs. That is I think that may be the farthest home run of the day. But the Orioles won but that loss hurt the Twins. That made the Twins fall back to last place in the division by half a game. They're 10.5 games back from Chicago for the first spot. And now we have the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Miami Marlins. And Vlad Guerrero Jr. plays for the Toronto Blue Jays, and he had a home run, and it was a 412-foot shot home run from Vlad Guerrero Jr. I'm not going to write that, because now I'm only going to write shots that were shorter than 362 feet and farther than 434 feet. But we had another home run. We had two home runs in this game. They're both by Toronto. And the second home run was Guerrero Jr. with Gurriel Jr. with a 400-foot shot home run to left field, a solo home run to give them a 5-1 lead. And that was the game. That was the final score. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Miami Marlins 5-4 to give them the victory and give them the first win in their season series against each other. And that is the Miami Marlins' fourth straight loss, and that pushes them 5 games back from the number 1 spot in the National League East. And wow, that division is really bad. Don't want to talk about that division. But now let's go see what's going on. Whoa, we have a high scoring game. We have the Philadelphia Phillies going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Let's see what's going on with this game. This is a high scoring. These two teams have put up so many runs against each other. The first game they played against each other was an 11-1 victory from the Cincinnati Reds, which was just, I believe, 2 days ago. And we had a lot of home runs scored, or home runs hit by the Philadelphia Phillies. And this game was a 17-3 victory for the Philadelphia Phillies against the Cincinnati Reds. Wow. Okay, let's go into the home runs. In the first inning, bottom of the second inning, Naquin for the Reds hit a 2-run home run to give the Reds a 2-0 lead. It was a 391-foot shot home run. And looking down, we have a first place for the shortest home runs. We'll go with this one first. In the top of the third, we had a 359-foot shot solo home run from Torres from the Phillies to make the score 2-1. And then we had another home run in the top of the third to give it a 402-foot shot home run to tie the game back up from Hero. Wow. And then in the top of the sixth, our shortest home run of the day, I believe, was from Hoskins, which was the 349-foot home run. Wow. That is short. That may be the shortest home run of the year, honestly. Like, 349 feet. That is bad. Yeah, that is a high scoring game. Now we go to another high scoring game when we have the Washington Nationals going up against the Atlanta Braves, and we have two young stars in this game. We have Juan Soto for the Nationals going up against Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves. And both of them hit home runs yesterday. Acuna Jr.'s home run came in the bottom of the fifth, which was a 2-run home run. That was a 432-foot shot home run. It was 2 feet off for being the longest home run of the day, or tying the longest home run of the day, but he didn't get it. And then in the top of the eighth, Ron Soto, my bad, not Jr., Ron Soto hit a 409-foot shot, 2-run home run to extend the Nationals' lead 11-5. And that is the final score, or the final score of this game was 11-6, and the Washington Nationals beat the Atlanta Braves. And let's see what goes on with the standings. And that loss helps the Washington Nationals become 6 games back behind the Mets, and that pushes the Atlanta Braves, who are in second place, the 3.5 games back from first place. And they are in the same division. Now we go to a team that has caught on fire, which is the Detroit Tigers going up against the Milwaukee Brewers. And let's see what has happened. And we have another high-scoring game. The Detroit Tigers beat the Milwaukee Brewers, and the longest home run in this game was a 430-foot shot from Taylor. And they had a lot of home runs, but there wasn't a lot. They weren't really far. They were in the middle. They only had 3 home runs that were in the 400 range, which were 407, 409, and 430. It was a high-scoring game, great game, honestly. And this helps the Detroit Tigers become 10 games back from the first place position and have a half game ahead of Minnesota for last place in their division. And with that loss, the Milwaukee Brewers fall 2.5 games back from first place and 2 games back from second place. But they still are 4 games ahead of Cincinnati for fourth place. Right now, they are third place in their division. And now we go to the San Diego Padres going up against the Chicago Cubs. And honestly, this game was a very tightly played game, honestly. It was a great game. These two teams, we have Javier Baez going up against Fernando Tatis Jr. The Cubs are on a winning streak, are going into this game on a win streak. The Padres are going on a losing streak. So what happens? Let's see. It wasn't that high of a scoring game. In the bottom of the second, Wisdom for the Cubs hits a 2-run home run, 399 foot home run to give the Cubs a 2-0 lead. In the top of the fifth, we had a solo home run that is the longest home run of the day so far. My bad. Oh my God. Ebola. Which was by Caratini. Swallowed the wrong way. Oh my God, I'm dying. Home run to center field to help the Padres make it a 2-1 game. And that home run was a 440-foot shot home run. That is the longest of the day. I'm not going to mark it because I'm looking down the line, and there's a longer home run that was in this game. That game, I'll tell you in a minute. And then we go to the top of the fifth. We stay in the top of the fifth, and we have a 2-run home run from Pam. It was a 380-foot shot to center field to give the Padres a 3-2 lead. But that lead was spoiled in the bottom of the fifth by a 2-run home run by Wilson Contreras, which was a 445-foot home run to give the Cubs a 4-3 lead. And that is the final score. The Cubs knock off the Padres to give the Padres their 3rd straight loss and the Cubs their 2nd straight win. And that gave the Cubs a half a game lead against the St. Louis Cardinals in first place for the National League Central. And I have to write Contreras' name for the longest home run of the day so far, the 445-foot shot home run. And the Padres now fall a half game back from the San Francisco Giants in the standings, which is kind of sad. They're kind of surprising, too. Now, let's see. Let's go to the Red Sox going up against the Houston Astros. Let's see. We had 1 home run, and it was in the bottom of the first inning by Jose Altuve. He had a 435-foot home run to left center which gave the Astros a 1-0 lead. That is only a home run hit in this game, but the Astros won 5-1. Red Sox are on a 2-game losing streak now, and that makes the Red Sox 2 games behind first place in the American League East. They are still 2.5 games up against the New York Yankees for the second place. And the Astros are on a 3-game winning streak, and they are a half game back from Oakland for the number 1 spot in the American League West. So these games mean a lot for both these teams. Red Sox are a 2-game losing streak, so the Red Sox kind of need to beat them in the next game so they can at least stay kind of close with the Rays. They don't want to give the Rays an all-out victory. But for now, the Astros are on a 2-game, or Astros are beating them in the series so far 2-0. Hopefully, maybe they can get back and take another game in the series, but we'll have to wait and see. And now we go to the bottom. We go to the Kansas City Royals going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And let's see for home runs. Let's see home runs. Okay, we didn't get a lot of home runs in this game, but we had a grand slam hit by an old Red Sox. Andrew Benintendi had a 393-foot shot grand slam to give the Padres an 8-4 lead, which kind of closed the game out for the Royals. I'm sorry, to give the Royals an 8-4 lead that basically closed the game out and shut the door on the Pirates. It was a 4-4 game going to the bottom of the 5th, and the game got taken over by the Royals on a grand slam from him to give the Royals an 8-4 lead, and the final score was 10-5. The Royals are on a 3-game winning streak and are 5 games back in the American League Central from first place, and they are 5 games ahead of the Tigers for third place. And that makes the Pirates 11 games back from first place in the National League Central, and are, I believe, 5 games back from 4th position. They are 3-game losing streak, and the Royals won their season series against the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-1. Only game the Pirates won was the first game they played against each other, which was a 2-1 victory. And the rest, the Royals, I keep saying Padres. I keep saying Padres for some reason. Why? But that is not good for the Pirates. But what do we expect? The Pirates, we expect to be finished last. So now I'm actually kind of surprised the Pirates actually have 20 wins right now. So no matter what, good for the Padres. Good for the. Oh my God, I cannot speak today. It is bad. English, Kevin, English. Now we go to the Colorado Rockies going up against the Texas Rangers, and we had a low-scoring game that went to extra innings. It was 2-2 going into, or it was 2-2, and we went to the bottom of the 11th inning, and the Rangers lost on a walk-off wild pitch to score. Wow. And that makes the Rangers losing streak go to 7 games. They are 9.5 games off from first place in the American League West, and they are 3.5 games back from the Angels, who are in 4th place. Wow. And the Rockies are on a 2-game winning streak, but the Rockies are 13 games back from first place, and they are in 4th place, mind you. 4th place. And they are 9 games back from 3rd place. That division is a 3-game. 3 teams are leading that division, and I will get into the standings after these, because I actually am interested in the standings. I haven't looked at them in a little bit, and I hope you guys are. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Nick, are you enjoying this? Honestly, you like hearing about the home runs? Talk to me, Nick. Talk to me. My lighting is bad. And I'm getting a phone call. I will call you back later. I'm doing something. Also, I haven't said this yet. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, please. Helps me a lot. Shows that you are liking the show, liking this. Let me know. So, Let's just go through the scores. So we had. Hold up, I just want to see something. So our farthest home run of the day was from the Arizona Diamondbacks, which was from Contreras. I'm looking at because I found a website that showed me the longest home run of the day, and it was from Contreras, which was a 445-foot home run, and that is a great home run for them. But now, let's just get into talking. Let's just talk about something. Quick break. Oh. Okay, Nick. Do you want me to take a break, or are you taking a break? So, now let's just get into talking. Okay, so let's just talk about. Let's look at the standings. I know I just said this, but if you haven't liked this video yet, or if you haven't liked this stream yet, you hit that like button. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button too, please. Helps me a lot out. Helps me that you're liking the show, helping this. So the standings are not looking that bad. The division that's interesting me the most, there's two divisions, the National League West and the American League East. Right now, the National League West, it's a three-team battle. It's between the Giants, Padres, and Dodgers. The Giants are in first place with a 34-21 record. The Padres are a half game back with the 34-22 record, and the Dodgers, the reigning World Series champions, are 2 games back with the 32-23 record. I am honestly really surprised that the Giants are in first place. I did not expect the Giants to be in first place. I said they would be in third place. I cannot believe this, honestly, that they're that high. Then we have the Rays going against the Red Sox. Or we have the Rays and Red Sox and Yankees, Blue Jays, all battling for that number 1 position in the American League East. Honestly, this division is always going to be like that. I think this for the whole year. I hope that this division stays like this because it's a great division. I think both of these divisions are going to be. You're going to see, in my opinion, the teams that come out of these two divisions are going to be in the World Series. That's my opinion. I think that we may see whoever comes out of the American League East, Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, Rays, are just going to make it to the World Series. And same with the Giants, Padres, and Dodgers. Those are the ones that I'm saying are going to make the World Series. What are you guys thinking about? Do you guys think that that's going to happen? Do you think the Red Sox are going to make – let's just go with that. Do you think the Red Sox are going to make the playoffs this year? Me as a Red Sox fan, I'm caught off guard still by that happening, by them being that high, honestly, in the standings, second place, and being how good they've been this year. I really am caught off guard by it because I did not expect them to be that high, honestly. I expected to not see their pitching be as good as it's been. Their offense has just been amazing, honestly. Their offense has probably been one of the best in the league and is going to be one of the best in the league. They can hit, but the last 2 games, they have kind of gotten exposed. The Astros have shut down that offense. I believe they've only scored 3 runs in that series. Yes, they only scored 3 runs because yesterday they scored 2 runs, which was 11-2 victory for the Astros. And today, or today, that was Monday, I'm sorry. And then yesterday they scored 1 run. So that is 3 runs in the last 2 games. Well, I mean, it's better than Chicopee High School. We only scored 2 runs in our last, 3 games. We're not going to talk about that. Sorry, I'm just roasting my own team. But it's just the Yankees. What is going on with them? Can someone explain to me are the Yankees gonna come back up? Are the Yankees gonna win that division, or is it the Rays division again? Is this the Rays division, or will the Yankees come back and get this division? That is those are the 2 biggest questions right now for me. I know we could be talking about the NBA playoffs, but I just have these questions right now for baseball. Are the Yankees gonna come back up, or is it gonna be the Red Sox? Those are the 2 biggest questions. Or is it gonna be the Rays? That whole division. Or you can't count the Blue Jays out. You can count the Orioles out. They are 16 and a half games out. Literally 16 and a half games back. Let's see what the far. Okay, I'm gonna go see who the last place team is. How many games back they are from first place. So we go to the American League East. The Orioles. They're 16 and a half games back. And from fourth place, I'm gonna say fourth. How many games back they are from fourth place? They're 16 games back, and the Blue Jays, who are in fourth place, are 5.5 games back. So they are 11. If I can do math, they're 11 games back from fourth place. And when I say games back, I mean from first place. So if how many wins they are and how many losses. So the Rays are 35 and 21, 35 wins and 21 losses, and the Orioles are 18 and 37. So 18 wins and 37. I know that maybe some people were confused on that, but there you go. I explained it to you. And wow. And then we go to the American League Central. We have the White Sox, who are in first place. And then in the last place, we have the Minnesota Twins, who are 10 and a half games back from first place. And the Tigers, who are in fourth place, are a half game ahead of the Twins. And now we go to the American League West. The Texas Rangers are 9.5 games back from first place. First place is the Oakland A's. And the Rangers are 3.5 games back from fourth place, who is the Los Angeles Angels, who are in fourth place. Now let's see what's going on with the National League. In the National League, we have the New York Mets in first place in the National League East. And in last place, we have the Washington Nationals, who are 6 games back of the Mets. And in fourth place, they are 1 game back from fourth place, is the Miami Marlins. And then we go to the National League Central. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are 11 games back of the Chicago Cubs, who are in first place. And they are 5 game. I believe it's 4.5 games back from the Reds, who are in fourth place. We go to our last division. We have the National League West. The Arizona Diamondbacks are in last place, and they are 14.5 games back from the San Francisco Giants, who are in first place, and they are 1.5 games back from the Colorado Rockies, who are in fourth place. So the Orioles have the most games back in the division. Do the Orioles have the worst record in the league? Let's go to the league. Okay, let's see who's got the worst record in the American League. It is the Orioles, and they are literally 18. Is there any other team that's below? The Orioles are the only team that are below 20 wins. And the Pirates, Arizona Diamondbacks, they both have 20 wins. Wow. That is surprising. That is very. I thought the Orioles started off good, but they have turned to shambles now. It's kind of bad. But let's see. Honestly, in my opinion, the most surprising team this year so far. I want to know what you guys think. Who is the most surprising team? I cannot spell. I can't spell surprising. Oh my god. Struggling hardcore. I personally think that it is the. Hold up. 1 minute. The most surprising team. I know, Nick, but thank you for commenting. I agree with you. I think the Red Sox could make it. It's just, are they gonna have enough? Is their pitching gonna last? Is their pitching gonna be able to hold up? That is the only question, honestly. Because if the pitching cannot hold up, then there could. That's the only problem that I would see. But that division is a hard division. You have four teams that are good enough to make the playoffs. Four teams that could make the playoffs. I think that you may see maybe. Honestly, I think that that division is the best division in the MLB. Honestly, because if you look at the divisions, literally they're all over. I believe, are they all over 500? Are they all over 500? Let's see. Yes, they're all 35-21, 32-22, 30-25, 28-25. We do not count the Orioles, okay? They are 18-37. They're the only ones that bringing us down. That's the only division that's bringing them down. But we have a lot. There's a lot of stuff, honestly, with that. Minute, I'm sorry. I'm just sending something out to people. So I was just sending the stuff out. And we just got with the American League, I say, in my opinion, I'm going to go back to the most surprising team. The most surprising team for me in the American League has to be, let's see. For winning wise, okay, we're going to go with winning wise. The most surprising team has to be the Boston Red Sox. I did not expect them to be third overall. They're third overall in the American League. I did not expect them to be third overall. I expect them to be like maybe with like the Toronto Blue Jays are. The Toronto Blue Jays are okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth in the American League. I expected that more than I expected them to be in third place. I expected the Yankees to be up in third place or second place, up in the top three. The Yankees are seventh. Another team that is kind of surprising me is the Kansas City Royals. Just because they're up there, they're in ninth place. Kind of surprising. But the team that's disappointed me has to be the Los Angeles Angels. They are the team that has disappointed me the most because they are literally third to last place, which I believe is okay. So the Royals are in ninth, 10th. Angels are in 11th place in the division, and that is kind of sad because the Angels have a great team. It's kind of sad because the Angels I predicted to be finished second in that division, and they are in fourth place right now, and it's not looking good for them. I should have kept my beginning one when I said the Angels were going to finish in fourth, like I said, but I switched them and I put the A's finishing fourth when I shouldn't have because it's coming back to bite me in the butt. But there's still a lot of time left in the year. We still have so much time left to go. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the rest of the year. And now let's go to the National League. Let's see what's going on in the National League. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot about a team. Two teams that actually had this, or a team that's disappointed me is the Minnesota Twins. What is going on with the Minnesota Twins? They are 22-32 right now. 12 games back from the first place in the league. What is going on? They were a playoff team last year, a good team. They're kind of, yes, I can see their pitching is the only problem. But I expected them to be midfield. I expected them to be over the Royals, over the Mariners, over the Angels, over the Tigers. The Tigers are the other team. There's another team I'm talking about. The Tigers, they have surprised me. Yes, they're 23-32, and they are in 12th place. But for them, that is a victory. They are supposed to be like the Orioles. They have a young team. And when I tell you, if you watch back in my video, in the American League, what league are they in? What division are they in? What division are they in? Let me see. What division? They're in the American League Central. If you watch back in the American League Central, I say that a player for the Tigers, which is Akil Baddoo, Baddoo, I said that he's going to be a good player this year to watch out for. And let me look up his stats. Yep, I said Baddoo. Yep. Okay, you guys ready? Because I called it. I said in the beginning of the year to watch out for this player. And you can go watch the video back. Watch that video back, and you will hear me say his name. I say his name wrong because I say Baddoo. Because I misspelled it when I wrote it, but it's Baddoo. Wait until you have to see. So he is literally, I said he was coming up through the rankings. He's batting 236, not the best, but for 106 at-bats, he has 25 hits, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. Not the best, but not the worst. He's doing pretty well. And I said that he's going to be a good player to watch for, and he is living up to that hype. He has a walk-off home run already this year, or 2 walk-off home runs, I believe, and he's lighting up when he gets into the clutch moment. He's a great clutch player, he's proving to be. So good for him and good for the Tigers that they are in 4th place in their division. They're battling, and they just swept the Yankees in the series. So not most teams can say they swept the Yankees, and one of the teams that can say that is the Detroit Tigers. So good for the Detroit Tigers. And now let's go to the National League. Let's see what team is the most surprising team for the National League. And right off the bat, I can already tell you who the most surprising team is the San Francisco Giants. San Francisco Giants are in 1st place in the National League overall. Wow. With a 34-21 record. And they're doing it without a star. The San Francisco Giants do not have a star. They have Mike Yastrzemski, Carl Yastrzemski's grandson, I believe it is, his grandson, or nephew, I forget. But he's not the biggest star. The Giants really don't have a star, and they're doing this. They're beating the Dodgers. Their Dodgers' kryptonite is the San Francisco Giants. They cannot beat they cannot beat the Giants this year. I am surprised by that. They're really, honestly, the other surprise for me has to be, like, for a disappointing surprise, has to be the Braves and the Phillies, but not really the Phillies. The Phillies, I was kind of expecting them to not be as good as I thought they were, but the Braves are surprising me. They're 25-27. I expected them to be at least probably 31-24, not below 500. I expected them, yes, I know they're 2 games back from 500, but I expected them to be a little bit higher, honestly. I really did. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. But the National League, I'd have to say, is a very close league compared to, I think they're both really close, but I feel like the midfield for the National League is very close compared to the American League. The American League, you have a big drop off after the Mariners. You have a 2.5 game drop off. With the National League, you kind of have a drop off between the Brewers and the Braves, the 2.5 game. But it's still a pretty close, like, they're all in the same division. The first 3 teams in the National League are the Giants, Padres, and Dodgers. They're all in the same division. That's the scary thing to think about. And what does the wild card look like? Let's see what who are the wild card teams. So right now the wild card teams are, I believe it is the Astros and Indians. I think. Or it's the Red Sox. I do not know. That's confusing. That is confusing. Nick, do you think the Yankees are going to make the playoffs? I know you have no clue what you're talking about, but I just want to know what you think. Okay, Nick, do you think the Yankees or the Rays are going to make the playoffs? Respect it. I gotta say, I think the Yankees too, but I feel like the Yankees. Oh, Nick, did you just hear our graduation got moved? I know that has nothing to do with sports, but Nick, our graduation got moved. Just want to tell you that. Sorry. Yeah, and that's the same thing. Me, it's in my gut. Yeah, Nick, it's just in my gut, like too. I have a game. I'll talk to you about that later. But no, I think the Yankees can make the playoffs. 1 minute. I mean, I think the Yankees can make the playoffs, but I don't know if the Yankees can make the playoffs. This matters if they're bottom of their rotation. So when I say rotation, I mean like their pitching staff. So like they have starters and they have relievers. People that are in the bullpen. A bullpen is like where you go, like where like the relievers and you come in to help the starters. The starting rotation, there's usually 5 There's 5 like starters, and they go in order. It's like a rotation. So like one goes against this game, this game, this game, this game, and their bottom like there's 5 of them all the time. You have a 5 pit team rotation. That's like the minimum. And the Yankees' bottom 2 kind of aren't. It's Italian. He's been struggling lately. And Kluber, he had a no-hitter, but he's kind of been a little bit of he's been struggling a little bit too. But I don't know. The Yankees, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. I mean, I see the Yankees making playoffs, but as of right now, I don't. But I hope that the Blue Jays make the playoffs. I hope the Blue Jays do make the playoffs. Do I think they're going to make it? Do you guys think the Blue Jays are going to make the playoffs? I don't know. I feel like if they don't make it, it's kind of a disappointment. Honestly, I really do. I don't know why. I just feel like it would be a huge disappointment if the Yankees or if the Blue Jays don't make the playoffs. Let me type in the chat. Is it a Yes, because that'll be 4 teams in the playoffs for the American League East. I mean, I just think that the Blue Jays, I think it would be interesting too because the Blue Jays aren't playing in Toronto because they're not allowed to. They're playing in. Oh wait, no, I think maybe that was their first game back in Toronto this year, but I just don't know fully. I just think that. I just don't fully know. Like I feel like the Blue Jays, they have the stars. Vlad Guerrero Jr., 17 home runs already. They're doing good, but it's just the fact of. Let me see. Let's see. Let me go to the Blue Jays. There you go. Go. Stop it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's see what the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays, let's see their stats. Let's just see. Let's dissect. Okay. So right now, if we're gonna go by like stats, the Blue Jays have the most home runs, or they have the second most home runs. They have 79 home runs in the whole league. And right now, the Braves are in first place. Wow, that's actually surprising. The Reds are in third place or fourth place. So it goes number one for the most home runs is Braves, 2 is the Blue Jays, 3, and home runs are exciting, like in a way. The home runs, like we want home runs. Everyone knows we all want home runs. And the scary thing is the Braves are in first place with home runs with 82, and they've only played 52 games. The Blue Jays played 53, Giants played 55, Reds played 53. So I believe that's kind of scary, and if you think about it. Who's in last place? The Pirates are in last place with only 37. And wow, the New York Mets are in 29th place, second to last place with 42 home runs. That's actually surprising because they're in first place in their division. Oh my god, my computer's bugging out. Are in first place in their division. That means that they are they're an old school team. They're not gonna hit the shoes off, like the laces off the ball. Where are the Rays? Yeah, the Rays have 69. I'm looking at first place. So first place in the divisions. So then we got the Cubs. The Cubs are in eighth. They're tied with eighth with the Red Sox and Rays with 69. And then let's see. The Giants, I already said they're up there. And we have the A's and the White Sox. Where are the White Sox? Okay, the White Sox are in 23rd with 53. And who's the other team I'm looking for? Oh, the A's. The A's, I believe they're hitting. The A's, or maybe they're not hitting. Where the heck are the A's? Oh, the A's are in 6th. They have 72. So, the Blue Jays, they can actually hit, but I want to see. Let me see the players. I'm my bad. I'm a little slow today. I should have clicked on that. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on with the. What is going on? Why is this thing bugging out? Okay, there we go. My bad. My thing bugged out. It was like showing players from old players. Or showing Jose Bautista. Jose Bautista's not even there. Sorry for that noise. But yeah, we have Guerrero Jr., who is lighting up. He's got a 337 batting average, which is very good. He's got 17 home runs. He's lighting up. Who is the? And then we have Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien. They have great. They're young. They're so young. I mean, I think it may be a disappointment if they don't make it, but they're like. Last year they didn't make it, but it was one of those ones where last year was a 60-game schedule, so it really didn't count. But I mean, I wouldn't say it's a disappointment. I'd say if it's a disappointment if they finish in 4th place in the division. But that division is so close and so good that if they finish in 4th place, it can't be a disappointment if they're like a half a game back, or if they're like a game back. Like, they can't be disappointed because it's the best division in baseball if the Blue Jays don't make it. I mean, no, now let's get off of the American League East. Let's get into like another division. I mean, let's go to the National League for a little bit. Let's talk about the National League. We all know the Pirates aren't making it, and the Rockies and Diamondbacks aren't making the playoffs. The real question is, Are the Giants going to keep up this hot start? That is the question that is going to stay with the National League in general, because the San Francisco Giants, are they going to keep up? Oh, I hit the microphone again. I got to figure out how not to hit that. Are the Giants going to keep up this hot streak? Are they? Will they? We will, that is my question. Are the Giants going to keep up this hot streak? Are the Giants going to keep up what they're doing? I want to see. I don't even know who the Giants have, honestly. Let me go to the Giants. Let me see who their leading stat person is. Okay. Brendan Crawford, Buster Posey, Evan Longoria, Brendan Bell. All veterans. These guys are all veterans. The 4 players I just named right there are all veterans. Over 30. They're all over 30 right there. Wow. They're doing it with veterans. They are all, but that's the thing right now. They're veterans. If they're over 30, is their bodies gonna stop? Or are they on that's my thing right now. Are the Giants gonna keep it up? Because they are old. Not old, veterans. They're all veterans, and are they gonna be able to keep what they got going? And I cannot tell you yes or no. I don't know if they're gonna hold up. That's the biggest thing, and that's the scary thing. Because if they don't hold up, then that division is gonna eat them up. Because it's the Padres and the Dodgers at their heels. The Padres are the most entertaining team in the league to watch, and I cannot wait. I hope they're on TV a lot more, and I hope so. If you guys want to watch someone entertaining, look up Fernando Tatis Jr. because he's an amazing player to watch. You guys would love to watch him. I wish I could show highlights on here, but I can't. There's copyright and everything. I know it's not a big stream, but still. But I feel like the Giants, if they keep this up, the Giants make the playoffs, I think that would be the most surprising thing to happen in a long time. And also, I have to say this, I got a prediction right for a series. I said, hold up, where did I put it? So I'm going to show you all this because I'm happy about this, okay? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. So right there, you see it says Nets 5, prediction Nets in 5. I said the Brooklyn Nets would beat the Boston Celtics in 5 games. I said the Boston Celtics would lose in 5 games, and I predicted it, and I was right on that. I'm very wrong on one of the games, though. I'm very wrong on the series of the Atlanta Hawks versus the New York Knicks. I'm very wrong on that. Yes, I just switched from baseball to basketball real quick. I'm going to talk about basketball for a little bit, too. I'm going to talk because I want to talk about the series, that series. Now we're in, So I predicted that the New York Knicks would beat the Atlanta Hawks in 5 games. Well, I'm very wrong. It's right now. It looks like the Atlanta Hawks are going to beat the Knicks in 5 games. It's 3-1. So in a way, I predicted something right. 5 games, I said. So I mean, I guess I got that part right. I can't be wrong on that. I got that right, but I didn't get the right team. So, but I mean, wow. And then I predicted that the Bucks would win in 6. I was very wrong on that. I predicted in 6, but it was in 4. So I got that wrong. And then let's see what I said. If there's anything else that I said, then let's just go like this. And I said the Nuggets in 6. So that could still happen. The Nuggets still could win in 6. If they win the next game, they won in 6. Or will it be a force to game 7? We have to wait and see. So I could get the Nuggets prediction right. Now we just have to wait and see. Let's see. Okay. We said the Jazz in 4, and I said the Grizzlies don't have enough to compete with the Jazz. Honestly, I was wrong on that. Yes, I know it's already been 5. It's game 5, but honestly, the Grizzlies are a surprise to me. I can't believe the Grizzlies are actually competing that well with the Jazz. John Morant is proving something to everybody right now. He's making a statement. They are one. I believe that the Grizzlies are one veteran away to being able to compete like this and beating teams like that. They are one. I believe that they are one good veteran away to being able to compete with that. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think the Memphis Grizzlies are one veteran away to compete in, like, not compete with the top teams, but like compete at the midfield, compete at the back end, like be able to upset a series? Do you guys agree? Yes, I agree with that. I feel like though, but I do feel like Dylan Brooks has helped Ja out a good amount. I feel like that duo right there, so and like in the playoffs have been very well. Like how do I say that? What do I say? How do like they come together good? Like they mesh well. Yeah, they're just. I feel like the whole Grizzlies team is young. I feel like, and that's like with the Hawks and the Knicks. Both those teams are pretty young, except for the Knicks. They have Taj Gibson and D Rose, but still, that's what I'm saying with the Knicks. They have those two good veterans to help mesh well. Yes, I agree with that totally. They need that one more star to be able to compete and to be great, to actually be able to compete. But I'm actually surprised by the um the Hawks, honestly. Or the Knicks just collapsing, or the Hawks that good? That's my biggest, like, that's one of the other things I'm questioning. Is the Hawks that good this, like, have caught fire, or are the Knicks just like not playing good? Because I feel like the Knicks are doing, they're competing, but then like all of a sudden, like, okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I've seen the Knicks, like the first game the Knicks played great, and then it seems like the Knicks are now just like off. I feel like they're doing what. Yes, that's what I would literally. Randall, Barrett, they're not doing what, like, and Obi Toppin really has been kind of like a bust in a way, in my opinion. I think like Obi Toppin really, like, I think maybe we expected too much from him, like, but I really haven't seen I haven't really seen what I thought we would have saw out of him. But Josh, so we're gonna get back to basketball real quick. I want to go back to MLB. Do you think? Because I want to get back into MLB real quick. Because now you're actually so Ash. Do you think that what is the most surprising team in the American League right now? Do you think it's the Red Sox, or do you think like for like winning like up in like team that you did not expect to be this high in like the standing so far? I said it was the Red. I think the Red Sox was the most surprising team. What do you think? As you can tell, if you look up and you go up a little bit more, you could see that we were talking about this pretty well. I did not. Yeah, I think that their only problem I'm thinking is their rotation going to be able to last and be this well? But in the same instance, if the rotation can hold a team to like 3 or 4 runs, the Red Sox bats have enough to get 4 or 5 runs. Well, the Astros though are kind of shutting their bats down. That is the big thing I'm noticing right now. The Astros kind of have exposed the Red Sox in a big way. But maybe the Astros found a new way to hit a trash can. Um, but then my other biggest thing is Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Red Sox have the top offense, so that's what I'm saying. Is their offense going to be able to keep producing runs like they are? Like, but that's what I'm saying. In the Astros, this the last two games, the Red Sox bats have kind of like calmed down. I'm hoping that's just like maybe they're just like these two games. Maybe today they'll come back and they'll actually like their offense will be back to normal. But I'm just hoping that it's not just. Hopefully their bats did not get cold. Hopefully it was just those two games. Because if it was just those two games, not as good, then the Red Sox can keep going. But if it's not and they're going to go into a slump, that may be bad because that division is so tightly knitted. Because like back to what me and Nick were talking about, the Blue Jays. Is it going to be a disappointment if the Blue Jays don't make the playoffs this year? I'm saying that it's not going to be confusion. It's not going to be a disappointment if they're like a half a game back in that division. Say they finish in fourth place and they're half a game back from third place. Gets to third place. Say third place is the Yankees. Let's say the Yankees stay in third place and they get the wild card. And I don't think that's a disappointment because that division is so good. That division is probably, in my opinion, the best division in baseball for all teams except for the Orioles. Yes, I want to see. I do want to see them because that young team, Guerrero Jr. But the problem is that division is so stacked. Are they going to be able to get past the Red Sox offense? Because I feel like that whole division, except for I gotta give the Rays a lot of credit. The Rays are doing this. They're like the Giants, but they're much younger than the Giants. The Giants are very young, or the Giants are very old. My bad, Giants are very old, so I'm actually kind of surprised at how good they're doing. That they have like all their veterans are right now their top players. But the Blue Jays are so young, and the Rays are very young too. And the Rays pitching staff has actually surprised me how well they're doing this year. As I expected, they got rid of Snell, and I was expecting them to not have that good of a pitching staff. I think I predicted them in my predictions to be finishing fourth place. And right now, they're not even in the month of May, they were 22-8. That's an amazing record. That is scary, honestly, if I'm a team that was like thinking about it. And then in June, I believe that they are on they did just lose their last game, but that's honestly it's okay because it was an 11th inning against the Yankees. But then again, I'm looking at like the differential for points, and I'm actually caught off guard of how much the Yankees are only plus 10 for run differential. I'm actually surprised by that. And the Blue Jays are plus 46, and they're in fourth place. I'm really caught off guard by how little the Yankees offense is when they have Judge, they have Stanton, they have LeMahieu. Their offense is bad, so bad right now. It's kind of embarrassing because their offense they were saying at the beginning of the year was the best offense in the MLB was the Yankees. And right now it's proving that they're not. And it's kind of, if I'm a Yankees fan, I'm questioning what's going on with the Yankees offense. Judge, like what Josh just said, the Judge is the only one doing something for him. You're paying all this money to Stanton. You're paying all that money, and he's not doing nothing for you right now. They just need to get their coaching staff has digressed hardcore. And I believe that the Red Sox, in a way, when they I think the reason why the Red Sox are so good, in a way, is because Cora is a great manager. Because if you think about it, last year, they didn't have Cora. Yes, it was a 60-game schedule. Yes, I know that. But Cora comes back. Remember, Cora's first year with the Red Sox in 2018, he won a World Series. Now Cora's back, and Cora is a mastermind, and people don't give him the credit. And people will always come back, say, oh, he was with the Astros, he was cheating, and stuff like that. But if you're watching what he's doing with the Red Sox, he's doing a great thing, and he wasn't even the head coach at the Astros. So why does they shouldn't yes, he was on it, but yes, I know that, and he was part of it, but still shouldn't really matter when you're at your own team 2018, and look what you did with it, and now look what you're doing with this team. Much after Astros, the Astros. They're actually kind of like their pitching staff is doing very well. They're another team that's pitching staff isn't as good as I thought it was, but they're actually doing pretty good. Like I was actually caught off guard by that. Let me go to the team because I was looking at the stats, or I was looking at stats for pitching, and the best team for ERA right now, for ERA, the best team is the Padres with a 280, and the second place is the Mets. And the Astros are 11th with a 382 ERA. I was really not expecting the Astros. I thought the Astros were going to be in the back, towards the back with the ERA. I did not expect them to be that high. I'm actually still caught off guard. Wow, the Yankees actually have they're third place in the league with ERA. They have a 3.18 ERA. That is, their pitching isn't doing that bad, honestly. They're in third place with that. That's really good, honestly, with the 3.8. So it is their offense. The Yankees' offense is just terrible right now. Wow. And then, wow, the Marlins. The Marlins pitching staff is pretty good. They're eighth place right now with a 3.44 ERA. Wow, wow. I feel like the Marlins are a team that if they put a little bit of more money into their team, like they have a great young team, but if they can put they add a star, they get pick up a star like a trade block. Like they have Marte, I know that, but pick up another star. I feel like they would be able to. They would be a team up in the they would, because that division isn't good. The division they're in is kind of being trashed right now. You have the Mets, Braves, Phillies, Marlins, and Nationals. That's a good division, but only one team's over 500, and it's actually a surprising division. I feel like they could actually maybe if the Marlins get one more a star, I feel like maybe they could jump up to second place in that division. They need a few, you think? I mean, what would you say? So what do you think they would need? Like, what position would you say? Like their pitching, do you think they need more another a pitch like an ace, or do you think they need something in the field? What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think the Marlins need a ace, or do you guys think they need more in the field? I'm gonna look at what they're doing in the field. Let me see. Let's see. Or what they're doing with batting. Let's see what the batting they got. Let's see. Let's see what the batting. Let's see what they got for batting. Okay, let's go with stats. I think that with the Marlins batting, I haven't really when I watched them against the Red Sox, I feel like they struggled with batting. I feel like their last series they had against the Red Sox, I feel like it was more of a struggle with it. Let's see. Okay. So let's go with batting average. Let's see where the Marlins are with batting average. Marlins are 14th in batting average. So they have a 231 batting average. That's pretty good. It's not timeout. Okay, this is upside down. Hold up. Why is this bugging out? Okay, yeah. So they are in. Yeah, let me find it. Are they still in 14th? No, they're in 17th with batting average to 331. So that's not the best. That's not too good. Yeah, 231 is low. But the number one for the thing is, but the number one team with the best batting average is a 267. And so then let's go with so then who's in 10th is the Cubs. The Cubs have a 241 batting average. So it's a it's pretty low, it is, but so isn't the number one, 267. It's kind of, I expect like kind of got to get that a little bit higher, honestly. They need to stop being cheap and put a few veterans on their roster. And Fielding is a great coach. Mattingly is a great, yeah. Mattingly is probably one of the most underrated coaches. Think about what he did last year with that team. Think about he has the same exact team as he had last year, and he made the playoffs. And I think they lost the series, but they put up a good fight. I forgot who they were playing last year in the playoffs, but they put up a good fight. But I feel like baseball this year, like the hitting is just bad. I feel like the home runs they're like they normally are. They're pretty hitting good home runs. I feel like this year too, like I said earlier, I believe that this year for home runs, I'm excited for because we have 5 young stars. We have Otani, we have Garcia for the Rangers, we have Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres, we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays, and we have our Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Padres. A lot of juniors in there, honestly, all battling for the home run lead. It's 17 for Acuna and Vladimir Guerrero. We have Garcia and Tatis with 16, and we have Otani with 15. It's a 5-way battle right now for the home run title. And honestly, if we can get those 5 players in the home run derby, that's going to be a great home run derby, honestly. And especially in Colorado with the thin air, high altitude, those balls are going to be flying out of the park, especially with how much power those guys have. And who's it? Who I want to know who's in 5th place? Like who's like in 6th place? What is it for home runs? I know those 5 are tied, but where else do we got? Who else do we have hitting nukes? And we have 6th place. It's a tie between Devers, Mitch Haniger, and Matt Olson. That's a tie for them with 14. So the home run battle, it is a pretty close battle, honestly. And for then we have a big tie with 13 home runs. But this year, I'm happy that we have and they're all young stars. That's what I'm happy about. That they're all very young and very a lot of very. I'm not trying to say very. A lot of potential, like for the future. So MLB has a great future, but it's just the fact that I feel like they have to I feel like MLB has to put more games on TV. Like they have to get ESPN. They have to get ESPN to put more or get somewhere else they can put on games so people can watch it more. Because you have all these young stars, you got to get them the exposure so people can see. Because I love watching Tatis, but you never really Yes, I'm on the East Coast, so he's in San Diego, so 3-hour time difference. I know that, but I feel like we got to get them on TV. I feel like we have to get these teams on TV more. Like I like how they put. Like I know this wasn't it's not a great series, but you had the Pirates versus the Royals on TV. I believe was it yesterday or was it Monday? You had them on ESPN, and it was a great series. It's a great series because they're literally. Let me find it. Those 2 teams, yes, they're not the most exciting team. They're not the team that when you first hear about them, you're not like, oh my God, I want to watch it. But maybe I'm just different in a way. I was excited for it. Breaking news. So I'm sorry, we'll get back into this in a minute. But breaking news: Danny Ainge is retiring as Celtics president, and Brad Stevens is now in the presidential role for the Celtics. Breaking news. That just broke. Okay, that did break like an hour ago. I am late on my breaking news. So that I don't know if you guys have saw that, but Danny Ainge just retired as Celtics president. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Danny Ainge retiring? Do you think it was about time, or do you think yeah he was gonna quit, or do you think do you think it was the right decision? I think so. I think it was a good decision for him to get out. Honestly, if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm happy because if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm not a Celtics fan, but if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm happy that he's gone in a way because he wasn't helping you guys. What do you guys think? I'm actually caught off guard by that. I did not. I saw like last night. I saw something last night pop up saying that he may be leaving, or he was thinking about his future. But I guess that he was serious. He was leaving. Well, I mean, Stevens is the head coach already, and I feel like Stevens now can do what he's got it. I feel like if Stevens, I really don't know fully. I'm actually surprised that they actually made Stevens the full-time president. I was actually caught off guard by that. I actually am like looking at that. I'm actually surprised by that out of everything. But let me see. Let me get back. So, you guys tell me what you guys think about that in the chat. Josh, do you think anything about that? Josh, do you have anything to say about Ainge retiring? Anybody else? And Nick, I agree with you kind of in that way. It could be good for the Celtics. It is good though that they got. I think Danny Ainge is gone. I think that is a good decision. What do you guys like? Just tell me, Fro, if you think of anything about Danny Ainge retiring. If you're still watching, Josh, if you're still watching, let me know. Do you think Danny Ainge retiring is big or not? Like, if it's not a good thing, if it's a bad thing, what do you think? As well. So let me see if that game I was saying about the Royals was that. Yes, it was on. It was a 7-3 game. That game that I'm talking about, the Royals versus the Pirates, that I was talking about before that breaking news. Like, I feel like baseball is going in the right direction. They're putting on teams that are like that have a lot of potential that need to get like more like exposure. And I like what they're doing in that aspect, but I feel like you have to put on for right now the MLB, you have to get viewers. So you want to put on teams that need exposure, but you also got to put on teams that are lighting up like right now that are on fire, like the Padres, Dodgers, the Giants, like a team like the Red Sox, Yankees, like the blue bloods in a way of the of baseball, basically, in a way, like the blue bloods and the new up and coming teams that are exciting, that people are excited to watch about, like the Braves. Like, people are talking about the Braves because of the home run battle going on right now. The Angels, like Mike Trout. I know that is Mike Trout still out? I haven't been keeping up with that because I know that he was out. But is Mike Trout back? If you know if he's back, let me know in the comments. From the chat. Let me know in the chat. Is Mike Trout back? Also, 1 minute, I'm grabbing a water. Okay. And grabbing a water. I'm back now. Is Mike Trout back? Let me see. Let me look it up. Also, as I'm looking this up, if you guys haven't subscribed, can you please hit that subscribe button? And if you are already subscribed, thank you. And if you haven't hit that like button for the show, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Please show me that you appreciate this or you like this. And that means a lot to me. And I appreciate you guys for doing that, hitting that like button and that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. But is Mike Trout still injured? That is the question. If you just joined, the question right now where I'm trying to figure out is if Mike Trout's still injured, which I'm struggling to find out. So he was placed on the injury reserve. So is he going to come back? I have no clue. It's confusing me. But yeah, so we'll get back to the Danny Ainge thing real quick. If you just joined, Danny Ainge retires as Celtics president, and Brad Stevens is now the president. It got a new role as the Celtics president. Are you surprised by that? What is your reaction to that? Tell me in the chat what you're thinking if you haven't seen it already. That is what is the question? That's the newest question in the chat. So let me know what you think about that, like what happened with that situation. I personally think it's a good decision that he's gone in a way that helps the Celtics now get a new, like, how are you said, fresh blood in a way. It could be good. I think that is going to be good for them. But just looking right now at something real quick, see what's going on. So let's get back into real quick. So let's talk about a little bit of college baseball because that's happening soon. So let's talk about some college baseball. Let's talk about I'm gonna be doing a video on them. I will be doing a video. I will record that video today, and more than likely tomorrow, my video will come out for my college baseball prediction. I can spell the college baseball because the college baseball postseason tournament, wherever you call it, is starting. And I believe that do they have like a bracket challenge? Do they have a bracket challenge? Let me see. Let's see. College baseball bracket challenge. Okay, they don't, but I'll just make my own in a way. I'll write it on a piece of paper or something. So let's see. Let's see what's going on with them. Okay, let's get the bracket. Okay. So hold up 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, so right now we're going into college baseball. It's going to be college baseball. We're going into like the tournament, and we have there's a lot of stuff going on with it, and it's going to be a great tournament. And I will be doing a video on it of like my predictions. I won't be giving out predictions. Like I'm just gonna like, should you want me to do it? No, I don't know. Maybe I'll just say this for the video. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this for the video. I'm not gonna talk about college baseball. I don't know unless you guys want me to talk about college baseball. I'm doing a video, recording the video later today, and we'll get that out maybe tonight. Matters how long the video is, how much editing, but it will be one of those videos where it was like, some of it will be screen recorded, some of it won't. Some of it will be screen recorded, like the like what the things are, like the screen that I'm on, it will be like that, and then the rest of the video will be me talking, and you'll see my beautiful face. But yeah, as of right now, we have some really good divisions or really good regions. Some bad ones, but some good ones. But yeah, we have some pretty good. So with college baseball, the number one, I was actually caught off guard by the how good the 8 region was. I'm not going to really talk about college baseball, but I just really want to talk about this region. How good the Texas Tech region is. We have Texas Tech versus Army first game, and then we have UCLA versus North Carolina. That's a very good division for the first round. That is a scary division. If you're a Texas Tech fan, I would be a little bit worried because UCLA and North Carolina aren't no walkovers. They're very good teams, and I'm actually caught off guard how hard of that is for them. I really am. I'm surprised that they actually put those. I thought UCLA versus North Carolina first round. That's scary in a way. I thought, and then you put on the other side in the 7th, you have Mississippi State and you have Samford, VCU, and Campbell. Why wouldn't I? I'm actually in my head why wouldn't you put North Carolina over where VCU is or where Campbell is and put Campbell in that one? But I guess they want to because they're trying to go by where the teams are located. Because if you look at all the other ones, they're close to that region. This is the only one that I've actually noticed that is not even close to it. And then you have, that's not even close to where it is. You have Army, who's in New York, North Carolina in North Carolina, UCLA in California, and Texas Tech. I mean, that's not even a close region. They're not even close to each other. But, hey, it's a good division. It's a good region. But let's talk about what games that are going to go on today. Let's see what's going to happen today. And then that will be basically, this will be that we're in the wind down period of the show today. Yes, today was a long show, but we're going to talk about the games that are happening today and let's see what you guys are thinking. But I appreciate you guys in the comments, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow in the comments too, because I really appreciate this in the comments. I like that, when you guys are talking to me, so we can get in conversation. I feel like I'm talking to you guys in person. I like that. So keep up in the chat. I appreciate that. That's when I like communicating with you guys in the chat. And once I get better with this stuff, maybe I can have a couple of you guys on that are in the chat. I just don't know how to do that stuff yet. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you guys can see my screen or see what something I'm looking at or pull up something where you guys can see it as I'm on the stream, but I don't know how to do that yet, and I'm trying to learn. But once I get that, you guys will start seeing videos. I will be putting up videos here and there, as I'm talking, about the play that I'm talking about or something like that. And I hope thank you guys for being patient with that stuff because I am working on it. But I also am thankful that you guys are doing that in the chat, communicating with me. Keep doing that. Keep that up. Hope you guys do it tomorrow and the day after, because we will be getting more consistent. Between 9 and 9:30, I will be going live every day except for the weekends. 9 o'clock to 9:30 every weekday. In between there, the live will start. I'm not going to be specific at 9 o'clock or 9:30 because one day at maybe 9:20. One day I will send out my notifications. I will be trying to get more consistent at a specific time. For right now, in between those two time periods. So I'll be on the lookout in the future. But let's get into the games that are going to be going on today. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what games we got for basketball today. Okay. Let's see. And also, as we talked about the Lakers a little bit earlier, I just want to know what are you guys thinking about with the Lakers? What do you guys think about what's going on with the Lakers? Do you think that they're done? I think I'm a Laker fan, so I personally think they just lost 115 to 85. They're done. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Do you think the Lakers are done? Do you think the Suns have that series won? because the Lakers, they're playing against the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs. And last night they played against the Phoenix Suns in game 6, I believe. Yes, it was game 6. And they lost 115 to 85. So it's not looking good for the Lakers. The reigning champions probably are going to be going down in the first round. And that'll be kind of weird because if you think about it, the teams that made it last year to the conference finals that were in the bubble was the Heat, and the Lakers, and who else was it? Who was on the East? If you know who was on the East in the finals, who did the Heat play in the finals? Was it the Celtics? I forgot. Who did the Heat play last year in the bubble to make it to the finals? Do you know? Because I don't fully remember. Who was it? Let me look it up. So if you just joined us, I'm trying to figure out who was the final 4 teams in the bubble last year. It was the Lakers on the West, and who were they playing against? And then on the East, the Lakers played the Nuggets last year in the conference finals. But on the East, it was the Heat. Who did the Heat play? Trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out. They played against. It was the Celtics, right? Yes, it was. It was just a prediction. Let me see. Yes, it was the Celtics. So if you think about that, 3 of the 4 teams that were in the final conference finals last year in the bubbles are 2 of them are already eliminated. The East is already eliminated. The 2 teams that were in the finals, they're already eliminated. So if the Lakers lose, they're in game. No, it was game 5. I'm sorry. Yesterday was game 5. The Lakers lost. So if they lose now that series, that is 3 of the 4 teams. Because the Nuggets are 3-2. So the Nuggets, they could still maybe lose, but they're up 3-2 in the series. So that means all the final 4 teams in the bubble are out in the first round. Right now, it seems like 3 out of the 4 are going to be. So that means maybe that they were a fluke in the bubble. Maybe the bubble was a fluke. So we'll have to see, though. Now let's see what's going on with the scores for today, or let's see what's going on with the games today. So at 7 o'clock Eastern, we have the Washington Wizards going up against the Philadelphia 76ers on NBA TV. And the 76ers are up 3-1 in the series. Is Embiid playing? I believe Embiid isn't playing today. So will the 76ers be able to close the series out without Embiid? What do you guys think? Do you think they'll be able to? Is Embiid out? What do you guys think? Do you think Embiid do you think that the 76ers will be able to close the series out without Embiid? Is he out? Okay, so he's not ruled out yet, but he's day to day. So say he is ruled out, do you believe that they will have enough to beat the Wizards? Honestly, I think they probably will. But if the Wizards can pull off this game and win to make the series 3-2, I will be very, very surprised. You like that reaction? I will be surprised, but I don't really know. Honestly, I think that maybe the Wizards probably aren't going to. So I'm going to say the 76ers close the series out, and they move on to play against I can't speak English today. I believe that. Let me 2021 bracket. Who are they go up against? They go up against whoever wins the Hawks versus Knicks series, and that game is also on today. So 7:30 Eastern on TNT. The Hawks versus the Knicks are going to go off, and the Hawks are up 3-1 in the series. As we said earlier, will the Hawks close this series out? Because it seems like the Knicks are choking, and I kind of agree. The Knicks kind of are choking. So will the Knicks actually close this series out? Or will the Hawks actually close the series on the Knicks? We will have to wait and see. But honestly, I think that they probably are going to close this series out because the Hawks Knicks can't do anything right now as of right now. And it's kind of sad because the Hawks have a team that isn't as the Hawks and the Knicks are so even, but they're not. The Knicks aren't showing up. Randall isn't the same player as Josh from Meta said earlier. He said that Randall isn't showing up. Randall isn't been the same in the playoffs right now. He is choking hardcore. So there's a lot to be discussed. There's a lot to happen. But for right now, it seems just like the Hawks are going to close this series out, and it's going to be a pretty bad series, honestly. It's like I predicted that the Knicks would win this in 5, and maybe now this may be won by the Hawks in 5. Like I said earlier, and that's the joke I keep saying because it's kind of funny. But then at 9:30, we have the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Utah Jazz in Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. So will we get the Jazz closing this series out, or will we get the Memphis Grizzlies pulling another game out, or will the series be over? Honestly, I think that this series is going to be pulled. I hope the Grizzlies can beat them, but I don't think that they can. I think the Jazz are going to close the door on them and move on. And then we have our last game for the day, and we have the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. And wow, the Mavericks have choked. They were up 2-0 on the series. They were dominating. And the Clippers come back to make it a 2-2 series. And now it seems like they can't do. Luka is struggling. They're shutting Luka down. The Mavericks look lost, honestly. And looks like the Clippers are going to win Game 6, honestly. I think they're going to. But if the Clippers don't win Game 6, then that is big momentum for the Mavericks because the Clippers have also come and beaten, or the Clippers are on a 2-game win streak. They're up. Their momentum's all going their way. And then if the Mavericks close it out or the Mavericks beat them, all that momentum comes to a head. And does that mean that means the Clippers are done, or does that mean that we may see the Clippers get pissed off? Can I say pissed off? I don't even know. 2 hours into it, so I don't think YouTube's even watching no more. The Clippers get mad, and then Game 6, they come out there and destroy the Mavericks, and then Game 7, they go out there and destroy them? Or will that make the Clippers, they lose tonight, crumble? Will that be their last hope? Just like I said with the Nugget, it's like I said, the Trailblazers last night. Was that the game that they needed to win? Because it was a 2 overtime game. It was a hard-fought game. 55 points from Dame Lillard. A great game from him, but all that didn't mean nothing because they couldn't pull out the win. So is that the game? Is that the series in a way? Is that the series? We'll have to wait and see for that. And I can't wait because we have a lot of stuff to talk. Like that's a lot of information and a lot of stuff I can't wait to talk about. And tomorrow's show, we have a lot more to talk about. I hope you guys are excited. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree. Probably to hurt the morale really bad. The team, the chemistry is great, but the morale will be down bad. It will be really bad if they lose that because all the momentum's going their way. Just like with the Trailblazers, I can't wait to see what they do. Are they going to bounce back from that loss, or are they going to crumble? Or is that's the question that I cannot wait to see and wait. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about because tomorrow we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have like I said, we have those 4 NBA games that 2 could be decided. 2 games or 2 series could be decided tonight. We could have the Grizzlies going home and the Jazz moving on. We could see the 76ers advancing, or we have 3 series that could be done tonight. We have 3 series that could be done tonight. That's a lot. We could have the 76ers moving on. We could have the Jazz moving on. We could have the Hawks moving on. We could have our second matchup in the East set. We could have the 76ers versus the Hawks, and we already have one set up. We have the Bucks versus the Nets, which the prediction and preview video will be coming out later this week. So I hope you guys are excited for that, just like the rest of those will be. I'm sorry about the NHL videos. Those will be coming out sooner and later. Though, like the NHL, we'll be doing the second round and first round reactions after the second round's over. I'm sorry for that. This had so much going on, but kind of informed you in my reaction to all that on the podcast yesterday and the day before. So hope you guys enjoyed me talking about that stuff on that. But yeah, we have a good amount of stuff tomorrow. We have a lot. Tomorrow's going to be just as entertaining as today's podcast / show. You can call it what you want. I call it both. I call it a show, call it a podcast. It's just talking about sports, honestly. It's fun. You guys had fun today in the chat, and I'm actually really excited that you guys actually were live in the chat, and I hope that this is like this like every day when we're on live, because I love the communication with you guys. I love it. It's why I felt like today's show was 10 times better, because you guys even were in there. It's not just me babbling and babbling and babbling. It's actually communicating with you guys, and I appreciate you guys for being in the chat. Thank you guys for watching, everyone that has watched this, though, today. And tomorrow we will be back live between 9 and 9:30. We will start the live. Trying to go at 9 o'clock. Maybe I'll probably even set the time that I will start at 9:15. That will maybe be the starting time, because it's right in the middle. So I think we're going to go stay between 9 and 9:30, but 9:15 I think is the route I'm going to go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this today. And also be ready for the video that's coming out later today, maybe later today or maybe tomorrow. But yeah, we got a good amount of videos coming your way, a lot of podcasts like every day. Hope you guys are enjoying this, and hit that like button if you already haven't, and then hit that subscribe button too. It shows a lot, and it means a lot to me. And until tomorrow, see ya.